I just found out that my main account has been banned from the Atheism Plus forums. You want me to apologize for the damage that I've done? You should be sending me a fucking thank you note.
Attention citizen persons, this is an Atheism Plus social justice update. As many of you know, public access celebrity and double plus-size Anton LaVey impersonator Matt Dillahunty has been found guilty in absentia of crimes against humanity with malice aforethought and being a big meanie after he engaged in unauthorized experiments on the conduct of moderators and minions on the Atheism Plus forum, resulting in the violent psychological rape of foreign members and contagious mass hysterical butthurt. As you know, the forums are the floating fortress of the Atheism Plus vanguard, dedicated to changing society down to the hard wiring of the human brain, one Me Too keystroke at a time. And so Matt Dillahunty has been sent for rest, recuperation, and re-education in a wooded location. We wish Matt all the best, and remind Atheism Plus members, out of respect for Matt, to never, ever mention his name again. The Atheism Plus program of taking it to the streets, striking a blow for the oppressed, and generally sticking it to the man continues, as seen here. In the past week, Atheism Plus has seen a 120% increase in discussion of rape, including rape, metaphorical rape, elevator rape, and rapity rape. In addition, thanks to the glorious principles of Athe Plus, all discussions of social injustice, including social class, gender, capital punishment, war, genocide, child soldiers, and so on, have been folded into discussions by a dozen or so bloggers about their vagina. What it is, what it does, whether expecting springtime freshness is sexist, who has access to it, who gets it, and why not you, cowboy? On the war front, Richard, I'm Your Intellectual Artillery Carrier, has introduced a new terror weapon in the fight for Atheism Plus, the Raoul. Under development by the Atheism Plus Armament Ministry, it is the most powerful blank round ever made. According to Carrier, the Raoul, once seated in the breach, will be fully operational once they can find someone to give it a push.
If you can make a logical argument... You understand, though, the framework that justifies that emotional arguments are somehow wrong or bad in and of themselves... But you're not going to convince me with your emotions. But the thing is, no, I'm giving you a rational argument.
This follows on the spectacular success of Operation Flying Monkey in Vancouver, British Columbia, where crack members of the Athe Plus thought police took to the streets to tear down offensive posters. Which isn't a violation of someone's speech rights, because the framework that emotion doesn't constitute a rational argument uses something or other that, you know, comes from the patriarchy and, well, fuck it. Anyway, whatever that was all about, it led to the need for a new Atheism Plus service, A+ captioning. With Atheism Plus captioning, members of Atheism Plus can watch YouTube videos critical of glorious Atheism Plus activism while being certain that they know exactly what to think. Here's an example.
But in Free Thought Blogs land, everything that your enemy, that people who aren't you, says has to be painted in the worst possible light, made the most hyperbolic, the most vitriolic it can be, whereas everything they do, even when they're breaking the law on camera, you have to paint that in the best, most charitable possible light, because it's a cult and that's what cults do. What we do is okay, it's the rest of the world trying to oppress us. Rebecca Watson was invited to coffee in a crowded hotel. That was wrong. That was threatening, intimidating, near-rape behavior. If you're actually breaking two laws related to free speech, and you build a box cutter while doing it, that is perfectly okay. While what John was doing was hate speech. The hate speech said, decent people do not hate women. Decent people do not hate lesbians and gays. Decent people do not hate men. Decent people do not hate. Stephanie Svahn, if I happen to have had a legitimate reason to have a box cutter at an atheist or skeptical convention, and I asked you if you wanted to go get lunch, and I was holding it in this non-threatening way, would you feel comfortable or not? So why is it that you and your fucking loons have threads where you're talking about the great fun of that person being up there with John the Other, tearing down his posters in exercise of his constitutional rights while using someone's private property with their consent, Stephanie Svahn? Why is that okay, but I can't ask you to coffee when the geometry of the room is not to your liking? But this is okay.
Atheism Plus is also taking a proactive position on protection of wildlife with Operation Save the Baby Otters. Thanks to the glorious Atheism Plus revolution, protection of baby otters is up 50% from the same time last month, when it was 0. Atheism Plus recognizes that baby otters are cute and cuddly and have an inherent right to exist. Except for boy baby otters who are misogynistic little bastards and potential otter rapists. Therefore, Atheism Plus Save the Baby Otters calls the herd of sexist, rapist baby otters by wringing their little necks shortly after birth. Here we see some Atheism Plus lipo warriors taking the same philosophy to the human population by culling the herd of potential human rapists chosen at random, then setting fire to their homes under the suspicion that these potential rapists may have been stockpiling the potential rape drug coffee. For situations where it's impractical to send in the legion of Atheism Plus disposable males known as the battling neckbeards, or where direct confrontation with the forces of misogyny, women hate, and the phallocentric gaze are unadvisable, the Atheism Plus Advanced Research Project Division has rolled out the new automated battle vagina, ready to be brought into action at a moment's notice. Using anarcho-feminist theory as the basics for advanced gyno-engineering and advanced materials such as papier-mâché, the battled vagina deploys a withering barrage of robotic caterpillars based on prototypes graciously provided by Division Director Greta Christina. Funds for these and other Atheism Plus projects are raised by the sale of ugly-ass jewelry made from repurposed, 100% natural, organic cat nuggets. In still other news, Rebecca Watson continues Operation Gravy Train, traveling the world first class to explain P.Z. Meyer's groundbreaking theories on evolution.
All brontosauruses are thin at one end, much thicker in the middle, and then thin again at the far end.
It's amazing to me to watch her put up with what she does with amazing dignity, grace, and honor that she has. So I cannot wait to hear what she has to say to us today. Please give a huge round of applause to our keynote speaker, Rebecca Watson.
I'm very honored to be the keynote speaker today. Elizabeth originally asked me to speak about harassment and about feminism, rape threats, called me a cunt. I'm going to say a lot of awful things today. bullying and harassment, rape and things like that, you would put a bullet in my brain. You would put a bullet in my brain. And the police will not help me. I had my own stalker. My stalker was a woman on another continent. Constant malicious attacks from her about what a slut I am. We had mutual friends. Friends will not believe me. I've been repeatedly called a liar, something that I see all the time. I'm told repeatedly that I am lying about it. I'm told repeatedly that I am lying about it. Ignoring trolls does not make them go away. Trolls make them go away. Trolls make them go away. I watched a YouTube video. I recorded a response video. The response I received from was overwhelming and astonishing. Atheist men called me a whore and a cunt. They suggested that I be drugged, violently raped, and killed. I am lying about it. I received similar messages about my videos from angry Christians, Muslims, chiropractors. Many people in our community are actually part of a thing called the men's rights movement. Men who fight viciously against, and I quote, stupid whores. I am lying about it. Death threats. I am lying about it. And they believe we should be silenced by any means necessary. I am lying about it. Professor Richard Dawkins publicly mocked me, suggesting that I have no right to ask the men of our community to respect women. I am lying about it. I get emails and messages every single day from atheists and skeptics and self-labeled humanists. I am lying. Telling me that I'm a bitch, a prude, a cunt, that I deserve to be raped, but I'm too ugly. I am lying about it. That I should be murdered, that I talk too much and need a dick in my mouth. I am lying about it. I was scheduled to speak at the Amazing Meeting in Las Vegas, and just before I was to attend, a man tweeted that he would be attending, and that if he ran into me, he would sexually assault me. The JREF, who organized the conference, allowed the man to come, and did absolutely nothing to make me feel safer. My friends actually got him fired from his freelance writing job. At the conference, all of the skeptic writers who were there instituted a buddy system in which we always traveled together, or with a male escort.
Somebody knows him in person. Rebecca, please, don't miss this. Right here. That was I'll need my phone.
So what I learned from that was that I can't rely upon the leaders of our movement to care or to actually take action to help. You can't trust the cops. You can't trust people to believe your story. You can't trust the people who hang out with you at these events. You can't trust the leaders of our community to give a damn.
I just found out that my main account has been banned from the Atheism Plus forums. You want me to apologize for the damage that I've done?
Moderators and minions on the Atheism Plus forum, resulting in the violent psychological rape of foreign members and contagious mass hysterical butthurt. As you know, the forums are the floating fortress of the Atheism Plus vanguard, dedicated to changing society down to the hard wiring of the human brain, one Me Too keystroke at a time. And so Matt Dillahunty has been sent for rest, recuperation, and re-education in a wooded location.
You should be sending me a fucking thank you note.
Attention citizens, this is an Atheism Plus social justice update. As many of you know, public access celebrity and double plus-size Anton LaVey impersonator Matt Dillahunty has been found guilty in absentia of crimes against humanity with malice aforethought and being a big meanie after he engaged in unauthorized experiments on the conduct of... We wish Matt all the best and remind Atheism Plus members, out of respect for Matt, to never, ever mention his name again. The Atheism Plus program of taking it to the streets, striking a blow for the oppressed, and generally sticking it to the man continues, as seen here. In the past week, Atheism Plus has seen a 120% increase in discussion of rape, including rape, metaphorical rape,